Day 3 is done. We are on to day 4. It's about 11:20 at night on Tuesday, and I feel absolutely incredible. But not exactly for the reasons that we're going for, given the fact that we're trying the Dymaxion sleep schedule. Again, as a recap, the Dymaxion sleep schedule is sleeping in 4 30-minute time periods throughout the day. That equals to about every 6 hours, and it's 2 hours of sleep. Now, this is not the only type of sleeping schedule. Polyphasic sleeping schedules are ones where the word poly means many, and phasic means phases, many phases throughout the day. The most popular polyphasic sleeping schedule is called the Uberman, or in English, the Superman sleeping schedule, where a person sleeps for 20-minute time periods 6 times throughout the day, or basically every 4 hours. And again, that equals up to 2 hours of sleep. One of the most famous adherents of this was a guy you might have heard of named Leonardo da Vinci. Another guy who is a blogger named Steve Pavlina is a person who has documented using the Uberman sleeping schedule. So that's another different type, but then again another one is called the everyman sleeping schedule, where a person has one core period of sleep. Let's say at night they sleep 4.5 hours, and then they supplement it with a number of naps throughout the day. Let's say they do 30 minutes every 4 hours throughout the day. Whatever their schedule is, basically it's one core as well as some supplemental naps. And so that's another type of sleeping schedule. One that's quite famous is a biphasal sleeping schedule, where people have 2 phases. You might have heard of this when people do siestas in other countries, where they sleep a certain amount at night and then they also have a nap during the day. So there's 2 phases of their sleep, as well as the normal phases of sleep where you just sleep for 8 hours straight, is what most people know. So there's a lot of different ways that you can be able to do your sleeping schedule, and those are a few of them. I chose this one just because I like the concept of it best, and I'll talk a little bit more tomorrow about some more specifics about why I'm doing this. But to recap and to go back about what happened in my day and why it was so horrible, I found out that going to sleep is not the hard part. The hard part is waking up, and typically it's at the one that's between 1 and 6 a.m. that is the hardest one to wake up from. And last night I went to bed at 2:30 and I woke up at 3 and I was feeling great, but I didn't get up. Now, I don't lay down when I go to sleep. I just sleep sitting down, so I don't have to be in a full sprawled out position. I can very easily just lower my head and go to sleep for 30 minutes. And since I didn't get up, I continued that sleep on until 4 o'clock. So that's an hour and a half. Got up for a little while, and about 5 or 5:30 I went back and accidentally fell asleep for a couple more hours. And so I skipped my 8:30 nap today, and I did do the one that was scheduled for 2:30, but I did it really late due to some problems, which is horrible for what I'm supposed to be doing. But I did that one about 3:30, and then I had my night nap at 9 o'clock. And so all of those have I felt great, but obviously I got 4.5 hours of sleep, which was incredibly too much, almost double what I'm supposed to be getting. I know, 4.5 hours, right? It's crazy, but I do want to keep according to what the plan for this schedule is. However, I am going to try something new. Because my hardest time of sleeping is between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m., I'm going to take a sleeping schedule of 12:30, and I'm going to take a nap there, as well as taking a nap at about 5 or 5:30 in the morning. So I'm going to see if that's going to help, and then I'm going to throw myself back into the regular schedule of 8:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m. So that's what I'm going to be trying. That's where I'm at. Question for today comes from my friend Adam on Twitter. He sent it to me. He said, "So how is your wife handling all this? What does she think about it?" Well, to answer the question, my wife is incredible. She's a wonderful woman, and she thinks I'm very weird. But she loves me anyhow. Somehow I'm lucky enough to have got an incredible woman who puts up with all my quirks, and she said we could try it out for 14 days, we'd see how it works, and after that 14 days we'd reinvestigate it and see if it's something that we'd want to continue on with. Now, obviously I'm not sure exactly how it'll work out. You're going to find out with me, and so I'll keep you updated on that as we move forward. But my wife, she's okay with it, and she just wants to sort sort of see how it works. One thing to note, though, is that my wife's love language is quality time, and so because of that, I can't neglect quality time with her just because I'm trying some weird sleeping schedule. So about the time that we normally would go to bed, I just hang out with her for a little bit. We just talk about the day, and that really, it helps keep our relationship, because that's the most important thing to me, not me just trying some weird sleeping schedule out. But it's not caused any problems so far, and everything's still great with that. And so hopefully that's answered your question. If you have any more questions, ask below. Send me something on Twitter. I've got a lot of people who've asked me questions about this, and they're really interested in it, and I hope to be able to help you out. So tomorrow we're going to do it again. I'll update a video of it and how we're going, and just let me know if there's anything I can answer. God bless. Goodbye.